Hey, happy trading. Nothing I'd rather be doing on this Thursday than trading these markets. Today was a rough one. We'll admit that, but not every day is easy. We wouldn't want it that way. Then everyone would do it. First trade of the day was Merck. As you can see, narrow state right here. Draw up to Fab 4. We had a red bar right here. Initially, nothing to the left. So we sold in at two lots, and then this red bar went green. As soon as we saw that, we should have cut the trade. We didn't. We let it go all the way up to max loss per trade. And once we got there, we cut the trade. But once we got this buy signal alphabet letter, we should have just cut it, to be honest with you. That was the indicator it wasn't going to work. If we look at the 5 minute, it looks neutral, but it does give you another opportunity to get in. It fakes you out right here with a bull 180 or a bull 180. You get that same fake out right here. And then you get the buy opportunity. If you look at the 5 minute right here, set the stop right there. Or you could set the stop right there and get in here. Or you could set the stop. You could buy, sell right there and set the stop right there. Either of those opportunities would have been good on the 5 minute and let it go. For the 2 minute, I think you could have pulled the gun all right here on this tail bar, but another opportunity would have been right here on that green bar takeout, and then just and took that long move right there. And then you could have went to the beach, the mall, done something else. Um, but that's just not the catch that we caught. After that, the stock. After that, it's 11 o'clock, so we're pretty much done for the morning session. Uh, don't get any moves during lunch, if I'm not mistaken. Nothing significant. It's just choppy. And then 14, we're back. Maybe you could have played this mini bull 180 and got a move up here. Wouldn't have been too much, but maybe it's significant. And then playing that down, playing it up again. But again, that's because this is kind of flat, and that's easier to see on the 5 minute. It's just a flat 20. So it's gonna, price is just gonna go back and forth. And maybe if you put the 8 minute on here, you can see off the 8, above the 8, off the 8, above the 8, and it's a flat. So then we come here, we get a nice little move here, but that's the end of the day, so nothing happens. Next stock we trade is Intel. Luckily, we were in Intel the same time we were in Merck. If we go back, you'd look at it right here and you'd see a narrow state. We drop to Fab 4. Ideally, right here, when we get a topping tail bar, we'd get in it. We got in late right here, but we got to about right here and got out. We just felt like it was going to go down. Something just felt off about it. Like it wasn't after a big bar like this and a big bar like this, we expected another big push, and it just didn't give it to us. And keep in mind, that was just so spread it far away, and it didn't start too close to the 5 minute 200 that we didn't expect too much more. And after it made up for all that, maybe it didn't have enough oomph to go even higher, at least initially. And we got a tail bar right here. So at the time, we felt justified in getting out after the fact, and it was going to go down. And then once we saw this large bar right here, we were like, I'm not going to play it back up right here, right? Because that's just such a large bar that that's just a rough thing to climb all the way back up from. So we don't play this, right? And then it comes back, and then we get a bull 180 right here. So bull 180 means it's going to fall back down, and it really doesn't fall down too much. We're still in a position of power. And then you get this off the 20, and it probably looks better on the 5 minute, because the 5 minute, you're looking at, hey, that bar was erased. This is a bull 180, and then it just takes off. So it makes it look easier on the 5 minute to justify how this move moves like this. And then, of course, 11 o'clock, we're done. But on the 2 minute, you're like, hey, bull 180, large bar. Doesn't look like this is going to have the umph. Like it might get to here, but it doesn't look like it's going to go as far as it ended up going. So that's why we didn't take that. 11 o'clock, lunchtime session's over, or morning session's over. We're getting back at 14:30. That might have been a nice one. A little early for us, but little whale right there. You erase this tail right here. It's off the 20, nothing to the left. And you get there, downward tail bar. You could add there. Have a nice little move. We saw this bar right here, elephant bar, but it wasn't off anything, and it seemed like it was kind of just in the middle of not going anywhere, so we didn't really play it. I guess we could have split it in two and then said the second half was off the 20. That probably was a better way to look at it. And then we would have played this second one, the second leg of it, but we just thought this was just fake. But keep in mind, market laws, if there's a big bar, usually another big bar is too soon to follow. So it ended up happening. We just didn't take advantage of it. And then keep in mind, 45-degree angle from the 200. So can't expect too much except it's going up. And there's the end of the day for that one. Next stock that we traded was Uber. Uber. So the Fab Four would have been uh, here. So keep in mind if it's at the end of the tire at the top or the bottom, you could probably play this. Well, I mean, you could probably play this right here. I take that back. Not this one, but you could have probably played this because it's at the top. Or maybe you said, hey, Fab 4 is really a Fab 3, and you just put these in it and you erase this. Still, you could play this right here. And when that takes out, you can play it down. What we ended up doing is we just saw a large bar. So we played it down. We were so hesitant to play it down because we saw the 200 right here. And we just knew that it was going to bounce on the 200 and it was going to have a hard time getting through the 200. So when it was like here, we didn't want to play it. When it was here, we didn't want to play it. We eventually played it like right here. And of course, it bounced. And then it eventually went below it. And then it went down a little bit. And then it started bouncing up again some more. And we just got out. And I don't know. We didn't have a. Let's put the 8 back on it. You know, we got out here. Had we waited for the 2 break of the 8, we probably would have got out the same amount. So to each his own. But it did end up going a lot lower. Not a lot lower, but enough to make more money, you know. Uh, let's keep it going. Here it was below. Shit. Here it was below the 20 for a while. Pops up. Maybe you could say that this is a 20 MA hold. Maybe you could say this is because it ends up going. But at the same time, we're at 11 o'clock. We're getting out. You do have a position of power. You have 200s in a sense. You get the elephant bar. You don't want to sell into that heavy. And that's the play that you really want. This is what we're really looking for all day. Ride this down, add. It's just that that was at 12:30. We're not really playing right now. So unfortunately, we missed that play. Now 14:30 comes. We could say after the whole move is done, there's no real indication of why. You know, why would it turn up like there? You know, I don't see anything. You could say tail bar, dual tail bars. But there's nothing that really gives me an indication that it would go up that much. You might want to play it off of this. That doesn't work. You get an elephant bar off of a 20. You might want to sell that. But even that doesn't work. I mean, it works for a period of time, but you get this. So Exxon is the next move. Exxon, you're looking at narrow state, Fab 4, perfect move in position 1. You buy into that, set the stop right below it. It took off. Maybe that's too much of a move, and too much of a move too quickly. Get out or leave some. Get out and leave some. It comes back on you. You're waiting for another buy-in state. You wanted it to be this one, but it didn't get high enough. So green bar takeout right here. You buy in right there, and then so there's your whale. That's what you're looking for all day. Go home, go to the beach, go to the mall, go do something else. You made money. What we tried to do is you see this tail bar right here on the 5. This was a bull 180 right here. So we figured we could sell. We set the stop right here. As soon as we set that stop, it went down, and then it turned around, and we got out immediately just to even it out. And of course, as soon as we got out, what did it do? So that should have been a good trade for us, but it just wasn't. It just didn't play in our. It just went against us. I don't know what else to say. Um, Now we can say 11 o'clock. We're done. You see this bear 180 that goes nowhere? It's probably going to go up higher. And then it might be worth it to just look at the 15, set the stop, or the 5, my mistake. Now we got 14, 1430. What we tried to do, we missed this move right here. So nothing to the left. That's a sell off the 20. Combine these two bars. We missed it, but we got the green bar takeout. We sold here. It went down. We were expecting it to go down to the 200, even though that wasn't realistic thinking, with the 200 acting like a 45-degree angle, acting like a 20. It didn't go that far, and then our stop was right here. It took us out immediately. So at least we held our stop, which is better than we have been doing. The next one is going to be C. Did I miss it? Okay, 16C. So it would have been Fab 4 here. But keep in mind, it went bottom to top. You kind of want to avoid those. Then you got a large move down here. Maybe you want to play large bars, elephant bar. You got a sell here. You really would want to play this bar right here. It's in a perfect position. Flat 200, tail bar. Tail bar right here. Right on the 200. That should go down. And it does. Now, there's several opportunities you had right here, like you could have took. You want to take this one, color change here, color change here, color change here, definitely a color change here, and then map it out. Color change, color change, color change, color change. And you would have got to milk all of that. So we weren't even looking at C at this point, and that's a mistake. So 11 o'clock, lunchtime, 14. You see how it's flat. So it's flat. So again, you bring out the 8, and it's just going to be like this. And we just saw this color change here, and we weren't thinking. You only want the color change when it's like a 45-degree angle or it's trending. So we stayed in it. And then we just refused to be wrong. So we stayed in it and we ended up losing. So that was just a bad trade. Next trade's going to be Walmart. Keep in mind, Walmart is going to be Fab 4. It's at the bottom. You could play that. That's a little risky again. But you could play this tail bar off of the 200. You could play a color change. You could play an elephant off the previous day's close and then let it go up. This right here would be a 3-finger spread right here. It's it bounced off the previous day's close, bounced off of it once, bounced over it twice. These are both tail bars, tail bars. So that seems like a area of resistance. Resistance becomes support. Oh, we wouldn't have been in this, right? Like this is lunchtime slot. 1430. We're in it right now. We got in here off the 20. I don't think we had too many shares. We were heavy in C. We got this one. We just got out here. But I think it went up one more time. No. And then we tried to sell this one off of a tail bar. And then it was just the end of the day right there. So those are all the moves that we made for today. It was the market kind of beat us today. I'm not going to say it didn't, but it wasn't defeating. It's just we're getting used to the playing a certain times because had we have played, um, I forgot what stock it was, but there was an elephant bar that hit us at 12:30 that we would have took full advantage of, and that would have made up everything. And it's not like we lost a lot for the day. So just playing the market the way we play the market. Be back at it tomorrow. Have a great Thursday.